Have you guys ever been to a one of those beauty pageants?
Never been to
for
one.
little tiny kids?
What?
No, I've seen like the videos online.
Me and
shit.
Diaz and Duncan were in Dallas once.
Oh boy!
And we were working at the Addison Improv, and while we were in Dallas, in our hotel, they had this childhood beauty pageant. It was the craziest shit you've ever seen in your life. I'm talking about like 5-year-olds with full makeup and like dresses. They're dressed like a woman with high heels. They're walking around in high heels, these little tiny kids. I mean high fucking heels, like come fuck me pumps. Like it's crazy looking at them. And you're looking at these like super dolled up. That's essentially the JonBenét Ramsey story, right? You know, when JonBenét Ramsey, when they did an autopsy on her, they found out that she had been sexually active. Yes. And she was what, 7 or something like that?
Calluses on her
How old
palms.
was she when they killed her? It was something like 7. They don't even know who killed her. Some say it was the dad. Some say it was someone else.
The brother looks weird
sued.
for it.
He said that story's horseshit. He's like, you guys are monsters. My sister was fucking killed, and you're blaming me, and I didn't do a goddamn thing.
Well, he should really be upset at God because it doesn't look more like a guy who fucked and killed his sister.
Ooh, does he?
Yeah, he's odd looking for sure.
Poor bastard. Imagine growing up your whole life knowing that someone fucked and killed your sister.
Yeah, he's got crazy big eyes. Yeah, no, I'm sure.
He's probably jealous too because they give her more attention the whole time. It's like Marsha.
Up to the end.
Yeah.
My favorite theory is the brother did it by accident,
No.
and the parents tried to cover it up. But that's just my favorite documentary answer.
They connected the handwriting. They were trying to connect the handwriting of the ransom note or whatever the fuck it was. Whatever note was left behind. There was a note left behind.
Yep.
And they said it was really similar to the mother's handwriting. But I don't think they made a conclusive decision about that. But that's like, what if you have normal handwriting, somebody else has normal handwriting, and they kill your kid? And now people think you killed your kid because you write normal.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're like, you got to defend the fact that you like put a little curve on the end of your R.
How good is that handwriting shit? I mean, is it that good?
And then also you can find a handwriting expert that if you pay them enough, they'll say that it's not.
I'm sure.
That's all like bullshit. It depends on whoever you get.
But there's got to be some science behind it. There must be.
If
They just did the whole
it's like
case.
looped. If you ever like seen them analyze, I've seen like on documentaries and like how they analyze it. It's like they loop it that way, the same way. It's all at the same angles.
But they will use that in courts, right? But I don't think it's like substantial evidence. It's like polygraphs. Like there's some science to it, but it's not like you can't get convicted off that.
I
shit.
would believe anybody that passed a polygraph test.
If you'd see it up on the screen up there. There's JonBenét Ramsey, John Ramsey's Ransom Note, and Patty Ramsey. And you watch how she writes, and you watch how Patsy Ramsey writes, and you're like, oh yeah, she didn't even try to hide it.
Wow.
I mean, she writes the same way.
Yeah, the H's are the same. If you look at the little hook on the end of the H.
Yeah, well, look at the size of the A's and the C's. They're very, very uniform in size from hers to the ransom note, but very different than John's. Like it's her handwriting. Like now I see it.
She
like
killed
if you
her.
just have those words. Well,
We solved it.
It looks. I mean, it really, really looks like she wrote that note.
So the Patsy Ramsey ransom note in the middle is the one where she said, "Look, it's not my handwriting." Right? Is that what they're saying?
Yes, they made her write the ransom.
She's like, look,
note.
I don't write like that. Started like stabbing her paper with a pen. I don't even know what you're talking
She had
about.
put it the sheet of paper.
Yeah, they said, "Here's some words. We'd like you to write them out," and she wrote them out pretty much exactly the same way. I mean, she didn't even try to hide it.
What if you really
That
can't
is
just
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now I get it. Okay, so I mean, I'm sure if we had an expert in here, he'd explain that there's some sort of science behind it.
Yeah.
That house, I lived in Boulder 9 fucking years ago, and that house is still for sale.
Oh, yeah.
They can't sell it. It's a nice house. They can't sell that house.
I
They
think,
changed the name of the street, dude.
Like Trent Reznor or Marilyn Manson doesn't want to buy it. Didn't you get like rock stars or like really weird, like eccentric people that want to like have something like that?
No, nobody wants to buy a house where a kid was killed.
Good enough deal. How expensive is it?
It's a good deal. Not a great deal. But it's a good deal. But you might be able to negotiate down to a great
people
deal.
buy the Tate House.
I see your podcast studio. I'm like, dude, I might buy that house.
I know. You imagine a crazy fuck. Like you're on the middle of the show, and you see like things behind you moving around. Ghosts.